Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Thank you all for joining us today. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I know I was scheduled at 11:30, but listen, your girl had an emergency. But we're going to get into this week's topic, today's topic, because it's called today. Today's topic is the two types of procrastination. Yes, there are. And there's pretty more out there, but today we're going to talk about the two types of procrastination, right? And how many of you procrastinate? We all have, right? We all have. So let me get this going across. We're talking about two types of procrastination today. So get your pen, get your pad, and let's dive in. Refer a friend, share with your friends. But we're going to talk about these two different types of procrastination because I really want us to think about like what is it that we're doing to procrastinate that's keeping us from moving forward? What is it that we're doing that's keeping us from finishing what we start? And a lot of times it's truly really us. It's us. It's we are the reason why we're procrastinating. So let's get right into it. We're gonna finish what we start. This is I'm doing this series to finish what you start. Today we're talking about two types of procrastination, and we're gonna get right started. So for those that are tuning in on Facebook, welcome. If you're catching me on your timeline on YouTube, hello, I'm Stephanie A. Wynn, and it's Friday. It's Friday, and we're gonna get these tips today. We're gonna get these tips. We are going to get these tips today. So, there's two types of procrastination, right? And I want to talk about the first one. I'm not going to keep you long today because I respect everybody's time. But there's two types of procrastination. The first one, before we get into it, I'm going to elaborate a lot on that one because I think that's something that we all can relate to. But before we do that, again, I'm Stephanie A. Wynn. I started my first business at the age of 23, and I conducted a nationwide book tour with my very first book, Ready, Set, Go, A Simple Guide to Establishing a Successful Small Business. And my passion is to help purpose-driven entrepreneurs get clarity on their ideal customer and build their business brand by providing business development strategies that generates revenue. So that's a little bit about me. Let's get into the first type of procrastination. Number one is behavioral based procrastination. Now, behavioral based procrastination, this is where, maybe you was not taught how to be productive. Maybe you just wasn't taught how to be productive. Maybe you saw your parents or your guardian or whoever raised you growing up, you never saw the need to get things done. You just continue to do. You had these habits of like lack of completing things, or you start something and you don't finish, or when you start something you go on to something else, or it just never gets done. You'll start something and never gets finished. So this is the behavior based, like you just continue to start things and you don't start what you finish, or you don't know how to start, you don't know how to finish what you start. And again, if we go back and start looking at our habits that we have created over time, we'll see that like a lot of this is we've continued to carry on year after year after year. And so we got to stop this. We got to stop this, and we have to finish what we start. There's 6 more months left in this year. What are you doing to finish off strong? What are you doing to finish strong? And I'm only saying this because we hear this all the time. I want to do this. I want to write the book. I want to build a business. I want to build a brand. But we don't practice that. We don't practice good habits of finishing what we start. So remember, behavior based could be like a lack of, lack of getting stuff done. Like it's just something that you you do. You just I'll get to this tomorrow. I'll get to this next week. Um Again, this is one of the most things that I can relate to, because not that my parents didn't show me to get things done. Like my mom and dad, they always, when they said they were going to do something, they did it. I mean, they just did it. But it was more of, when I become an adult, I'm going to be able to do whatever I want to do, right? And so when with doing whatever I want to do, it becomes like lazy, like you become lazy, and some things don't get done until you're pressed up against the wall and you got to get it done. And so some people operate off of that. When the pressure is on, they get it done, right? So this is the first topic. This is the behavior-based procrastination. Now, you may be saying, well, I don't resonate with that, but how productive are you with getting your work done? That's my question to you. How productive are you with getting your work done? So, you probably are asking me, Stephanie, what is behavior-based procrastination? Well, that's a lack of productive work habits. You lack productive work habits. I'm just saying. You lack productive work habits. So, again, as you're going about your day and we're trying to do things, what are you going to do today? What's one thing that you're going to do to get things done? What's one thing today that you're going to do to finish what you start today? So that's behavior-based procrastination. Now let's go to number 2, because again, I said I'm only talking about 2. Emotional-based procrastination. Now, I'm going to say this. The emotional-based procrastination, this is the person that they fear everything. The self-sabotager can't get it done because you fear that it's not going to work out. You're afraid that this very thing that you started will work out. So that is what I call a fear of success, right? So let's talk about what is emotional-based procrastination. What is that? That is the person who fear change. This is the person who fears success. This is the person who fear failure. And I'm going to elaborate on the last one, the fear of failure. Anytime you're starting something new, whether it's a new job, whether it's a new business, whether you're new to writing a book, right? It's always the fear of the unknown. And the first thing you say, well, what if this don't work out? Well, we know if you don't do this, it won't work out. So I want you all to stop thinking like, what if this don't work out? What if nobody buy my book? What if nobody buys into the business? What if nobody, what if I don't get the position that I've been wanting? What if I don't get the job? What if you did get the job? What if your business was successful? What if change was for the best? Right? And if you are writing a book, if you are a business owner, if you're in a corporate job, you cannot be afraid of change, success, or failure. And I'm going to say this for my people out there, my overthinkers. You sit and you overthink, oh, I don't know if this is going to work out. What if, you're teetering the fence. You're trying to figure out which way you should go, right? Your failure is a lesson learned. Like you have to learn from that. If you keep failing at everything that you do, at some point you got to look at yourself. It's you. It's nobody's fault. It's not because you had to take care of the kids. It's not because you had to cook dinner. It's not because, it was a lot of traffic and you didn't make it on time. No, you just didn't. You waited till the last minute to set out on your journey. And that, my friend, is procrastination. That's a form of procrastination. So again, the fear of change, the emotional based procrastinator, that is the person who has a fear of change, fear of success, and a fear of failure. Does that make sense? If it makes sense to you, give me a thumbs up or hashtag makes sense. Again, why are you afraid of success? I want you to ask yourself that question. Why am I afraid of success? Don't be afraid of success. If your business is doing good, if your business is doing great, guess what? Guess what? Thank you, Kendra White, for tuning in. If your business is doing good, if you are doing good, guess what? You got to keep going. Celebrate. Listen, you got to celebrate your failures, your lessons learned. You have to celebrate your success, and you have to celebrate change. Change is always good, because you know what happens when you are content with doing the same thing over and over? You get complacent. And then when something major shifts in your life, your business or your corporate job, then you're frazzled. I'm gonna share this with you. Many years ago, I got comfortable in a corporate job. Oh, this job, I'm gonna retire from this job, and I'm not going to I'm just gonna stay here, this job. Oh, this is the best, right? Employee mentality, straight up employee mentality. And we were laid off. And it shook me. It really did. It shook me. And from that moment moving forward, I never put pictures up of my kids in my desk. I never made it personable. And from that moment forward, it was strictly business. It was strictly business. Come in, do my job, I go home. Come in, do my job, and go home. Because at any moment, the moment that you get complacent in your life, in your business, and in your job, that's where things happen. Things start to shift. And then what are you gonna do? Are you gonna give up? You gonna fall apart? Or are you going to move forward and continue on your journey? Then a lot of us are there. A lot of us are so comfortable with where we are. We've started writing the book. We started journaling. We started doing things. We have ideas. We've written them down and have taken no action. We haven't taken any action because we're afraid of change. There's a fear of success, and there's a fear of failure. So I ask you, which procrastination type are you? Is it the behavioral procrastinator, or are you more of an emotional procrastinator? And a lot of this, y'all, like a lot of these things we were taught things that as you get older, they say people perish through the lack of knowledge and wisdom. So as you get older, you're expecting different new results, but you're doing the same thing. So you can't expect new results and you're practicing the same things. You're doing the same thing, expecting something greater. That's not going to happen. So in order for you to move forward and to finish what you start, you have to learn how to take action and overcome procrastination. Does that make sense? So to do that, you may be saying, well, how do I do that? Well, I want you to join us next Monday at the Finish What You Start, How to Take Action and Overcome Procrastination workshop. It's next Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be dropping the I'll be dropping the link in the comments. Kendra White said, take action. That's right. You got to take action. You got to take action. And the reason why I say that is because I'm tired of us saying that I want to do this. You know how many people tell me, oh, I want to write a book. I think I want to write a book. I want to write a book. A year goes by, they still want to write a book, right? There's somebody waiting on you to help change their life. And because you not finishing what you start and procrastinating, they can't get the relief that they need because you're not showing up for yourself. So I ask you, it's time to finish what you start and take action and overcome procrastination. So if you know somebody who needs help with overcoming procrastination, join us next Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Inside of the workshop, you're going to get an interactive workbook, how to overcome procrastination interactive workbook, and it's going to be great. You're also going to get 21 ways to, just to conquer procrastination. I'm telling you, I know because I was there. I start and won't finish. Wasn't because I couldn't do it. It's just that I just didn't make the time. I had all these other distractions around me. And sometimes your distractions, don't let that validate why you can't get this done. Sometimes your distractions are simply that. They're just distractions. But you got to keep moving forward. So again, I'll make the screen big for you. Join us next Monday. Finish what you start, how to take action and overcome procrastination. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Kendra, thank you for tuning in with me this afternoon. It's a happy Friday. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. It's an amazing day. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. I'm your girl, Stephanie A. Wynn. Happy Friday. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.